Dan, 4-1 defeat against Long Eaton United. How do you reflect on that one?
Just disappointing. I think we were good for about 12 minutes during the game, but take nothing away from them. They deserved 3 points. It could have been more. They were very good on the day, and we were poor, and they deserved 3 points. I'm not going to dig the lads out much. Individually, we were just miles away. They won the battle first 10 minutes, and they sensed a bit of blood, and you could see they just kept doing what they were doing, putting in good areas, causing us problems, and individually we weren't good enough to get anything out of the game. Really, they were much better in every department, but you get them in football, and I've just said in there, it needs to hurt them because we weren't at it, but they've been very good. 2 games in 13 I think we've lost, so we just have to maintain the realistic goal of what we want to achieve, and we just have to move on from it and take it on the chin. They were better than us on the day, and that's football.
Yeah, they were 17th and coming up to second place, Hebburn. Is it fair to say though that bit hungrier than us today?
It's one of them where we've won a few on the bounce, they've lost a few, and it's a danger. Everyone knows that they've got nothing to lose, and I've watched some of their games and they've been close in every game they've played, and they're a good side. The table probably isn't a fair reflection of where they should be, and I'd like to think it wasn't complacency on our part. I think it was just individually, I don't know, mentally were we right for the game as individuals. And obviously when you've got that many individuals, 7, 8, playing a 5 out of 10, you're going to struggle against any team at any level.
The number 9 didn't have many chances, but the 3 in behind seemed to cause a lot of problems, especially the number 7, is that fair to say?
Yeah, the number 7 was very lively. There's not many that got the better of Grovesy this season playing in that position, and he had some pace, to be fair. I wouldn't have liked to be chasing him back there. And he was just a threat. I thought, they played to their strengths. First 10 minutes they put it on our centre halves and we couldn't deal with it. And then before you know it, they've got good possession in our half and we struggled to get out. And then as poorly as we played at 2-1, Hendo's had a couple of chances, the keeper's pulled off 2 great saves. And then 3-1, the game's finished really.
Yeah, and 2-1, Amma coming off, do you think the dynamics of our attack changed?
You're going to miss Amma, he's a threat. We'd made a couple of changes at half time because we had to do something. Even though it was 2-1, they were dominating the game and we had to mix it up a little bit. So I've just said, not individually I could have brought anyone off. We had to mix it up and try and get on the front foot, and we did that for 10 minutes. And so the penalty is a bit of a sucker punch, which I don't think was a penalty.
Yeah, and you spoke about them 2 changes at half time then, so they were more tactical.
Yeah, we just needed to shake things up, because if it had carried on the way it had, that scoreline probably would have happened earlier. We came out, we had a bit of a go. Don't get me wrong, we weren't brilliant. But the ball dropped to Hendo a couple of times, and I think the second one's just hit the keeper in the face and gone over, and that's just life, that's football. We have to realise where we're at, what level we're at. Lads aren't going to play well every single week, and I think people need to realise that where we are, we're still in a good position, and we just need to take that one on the chin. It happens to Man City, it happens on your Sunday morning football. From levels top to bottom, you just sometimes don't perform, and that's what you get.
And back on the road next week, away to Lincoln United, quite a long journey, so how do you look going into that one?
Well, I think Amma's going to be a couple of weeks. Hopefully Reedy will be alright. I think last week we left him out for reasons which work out in the end, and then he's had an eye infection this week, so he's struggling to see. His eyes, if you see them, they're all puffed up, and so hopefully he'll be okay next week. But it's a difficult place to go, travel, and they're a young, lively side, so we're going to have to be on it. And my challenge to the lads is these next 3 games are the biggest this club's had since they've been at this level, because we've got Lincoln, Cleethorpes, Worksop, and after them 3 games we're going to see where I'd imagine we're going to compete in come April time.